Hello, welcome to the stream. Today I am going to be working on painting some glasses. And I have to tell you, I tried one just before when I was waiting for the time for the stream to start. And yeah, it's not going to be as easy as I thought it would. So we're going to get right into this today because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do these. And I was hoping I'd get quite a few done. Maybe you guys could help give me some ideas of different ways. My thought was let me share that with you. I received a couple of wine glasses, and aren't they beautiful? These were painted. Let me see if I can bring you. Let's go overhead. Okay. These were painted, and I have a couple. And so one is this green, which is always mine. Thank you, Tara. Hi, George. And one is green, and this one's always mine because green's my favorite color. And I have another one that's like a peach or like a salmon color, and they're just gorgeous. Same design, just different colored paints. And I thought that would be a great gift to give a few people in my life that I exchange gifts with. And so I thought, I'm going to get some glasses, which I did. I got them from the Dollar Tree. And in fact, they're linked in the description below. It's good through today. There is, I don't remember what it is, but I put the code below. You can actually get a flat rate shipping. So if you wanted to get, they have glasses variety. For example, I need to do a couple mugs. I'm going to be painting, well, I did one while I was waiting, so I'm going to be doing this one during the stream. And then I'll show you that one in just a moment. So there's mugs like that. This would be like their, I believe this is a 14 ounce, the 14 ounce wine glass. I linked to the glasses that are there. And then this is like the 20 ounce glass, which is about the size of the one that I received as a gift. And so you have the two different sizes. So let me show you there. So there's like the 14 something, and then I know this is the 20. You can do that. And then they also have, they're like a 17, the stemless. They have a couple sizes. This is the 17 ounce. I liked them because they were rounder. Just kind of fits better in the palm of your hand. And you see, I have the paper towel in here, and I'll explain that in a moment. But they also have this size available. The other thing, too, is I've shared with you guys before. And so if you've ever been interested, like, this is a great time to take advantage. The code is only good till the end of today. Those cutting mats that I always tape down my smaller work for watercolor, you can get those there as well. And excuse me, they have some flat wood shapes. One of them is a nice circle. It's like a 12-inch round circle. If you like to paint circles but don't want to pay for, say, a circular canvas, that might be a great idea. You could get that, prime it. I have some. I'm going to be sharing those with you soon on the channel. But they have all different shapes. You could get those. You would just want to gesso them and then paint on them. Or paint like your watercolor ground and then paint on them. Either way, you'd prime the surface first and then paint on it. But again, it's a flat rate shipping right now. It's only like $4.50, but it's only good through today. So the link is in the description below. So today being December 8th of 2022, if you're watching this in the future. Hi, future us. So yeah, the reason that I have the piece of paper towel in here is because I'm also grabbed, and everything is linked below. Everything is linked below. These are my Stabilo All aquarellable white and black pencils. Now I'll show you on here. I could take this if I wanted to draw my design. These will work And then I could just, I could paint that in. So you see there, and having the white paper towel in it helps you see that. I don't know how much of that I will be doing today because I'm not quite sure of all the designs I'm going to make. We're just kind of winging it. Oh, listen, my nose wants to itch. The other thing that I want to make sure I do, and you'll see I have, this is one of the, Lou turned this for me. I've shared this before, but Lou made this for me, and I keep my cotton balls in here. And so I may be grabbing from that a few times today. I have some isopropyl alcohol, which I actually think I got this from the Dollar Tree. But this is 91%. And I'm going to take that, and I want to make sure that I don't have any fingerprints or anything on my glasses. All of these have been washed, but transporting them from the kitchen where they were cleaned to the studio, I'm sure I have fingerprints on them. I want to make sure everything sticks well. So you'll see me kind of, before I start working with a glass, wipe it down with alcohol. That's why. All right. Now, we are going to be using the, I've got two types, and you'll see here, this one's just missing its sticker. But these are made by Folk Art, and they are glass paint. And some of them, like this, these say multi-surface, they will do glass, metal, or wood. And then these are just the actual glass enamel, and they just show glass on top. Since I'm going to be working with glass today, these are all cured the same way. Once you paint it on glass, and let me just, okay, I've got to swing it. I actually have a magnifying glass here because I didn't want to have to put my glasses on today and then take them off and put them on. So yeah, I brought my little magnifying glass up here so I'd be able to read it and not have my eyes go crazy. So when you do this, you're going to let it air dry for at least an hour. So after you paint your glass, you let it air dry for at least an hour. And then you're going to take and you're going to place it in a cool oven. And you're going to heat the oven to 350 degrees and you're going to bake it for 30 minutes. And then you allow it to cool in the oven till it's room temperature before you remove it. So that bakes on the enamel and cures it. And then once you've done that, these are supposed to be, safe for hand washing, top rack dishwasher safe. So I thought, that would be perfect for the glasses and anything that you're going to drink out of. Now, of course, I'll be avoiding like the lip lines of all of the glasses. I'm not going to paint up into that area. I'm just going to paint below. So here is one of the little coffee mugs that I did while I was waiting for the stream to start. And I thought, no, this is going to be a fun challenge because it's not so easy to paint on the curved surfaces. And for the artist who painted my hat's off to you because I have no idea. I got those years and years and years ago. And I've never thought to like, hey, this would be a neat thing to try. So I designed this one. You'll see I used the black. I used my black Stabilo on the awl on this one to sketch out my design, the butterflies. I'm going to make the butterfly and the flowers. While the flowers the same design, it's going to be different colors. And the butterfly is actually a little bit different design, but it's also going to be different colors. So they'll go together, but they'll be very unique. You'll know, oh, I have the orange, I have the orange butterfly mug. I have the blue butterfly mug. If you were having coffee with somebody, you wouldn't get them confused if you both set them down and walked away. I've done that a few times with beverages, and let's just say that the rule of thumb is mine's the fullest. So if you don't know which one was yours and which one was mine, whichever one was the fullest, that's the one that was mine. It works great with, say, like, I don't know, when Lou and I both sit down and have like a beer with dinner or something. Mine's always the fullest. So, excuse me. I wanted to grab, and I think I forgot. I'm going to grab it real quick. I need to get a fine mister because I want to be able, these are acrylic. They're going to dry on my palette, and I'm working with, which the one thing I didn't link in the description below, I'm just working on a butcher's tray today. And this was from painting the first one. But we're going to have a bunch of glasses and just the 2 mugs, but all the rest will be wine glasses. So that's it. Yes, Tara, it works out very well. It works out very well. So feel free. feel free to use that around your own place anytime. Whichever one is fullest is yours. If there was any doubt, just look at whichever one has the most in it, and that was the one that was mine. Okay. So I think I'm going to just do the mug first since I already have that sketched out, and I'm going to be thinking about designs for the glassware. I have to tell you that when I was doing like the little like grass below where the flower is at, I wanted it to be a little bit more, a little fuller up on it, and I conceded, and it was what it was. But for whoever did the, you know, however my, and I don't know, these could have been like machine painted. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they could have, I have no idea who, the person who bought them for me, I don't know if they got them like at a craft fair from an artist or if it was, you know, they were just bought in a store. I don't know. But you see the lines that are on them here. So they come from the stem, you know, from this here out, and they come down quite a ways. My hands are much too shaky for that. I found out when I trying to do like the grass on here or like the little antenna on the butterfly. Look how wonky those antennae are, but I don't care. I don't care. They're handmade, and they're going to know that they're handmade. And yeah, it is what it is. Okay. So I'm going to, this one here, I have to put more paint out, but this one I'm going to be doing the butterfly with like orange colors. And I do have on one of my other monitors, I have Pixabay up and open. So if I should decide, you know, I want to go out looking for a reference for whether it be a flower or something to paint on the wine glasses, I can just pull that up on Pixabay. So this orange that I just put out is vibrant orange, and this one here that I'm grabbing right now is pure orange. I don't know how different they are, but I also have blackout. I have a feeling that these are going to last me a long time. So I also have some blackout. So if I want to like mute a color, I can do that as well. I'm just using odds and end brushes that I would use with acrylic paint that have short handles. So I grabbed my Princeton Select brushes because I don't really use them much for watercolor. This one, in fact, I just recently got. This is the pointed filbert, which I haven't edited the video yet, but the artwork I did here, which was working with stuff from my Sketchbox, that's where that came from. But I just have a variety. I have like a size 8. I think I have an 8, a 6, and a 4 round brush. I have that pointed filbert. I have like a wisp. I have this little tiny detail brush, and you know, just this one came with, so they came with the watercolors, but I have many watercolor brushes I prefer. But it was a nice firm brush, so use that. I just have other odds and end brushes that I can grab from here. Any of which I would not be heartbroken if I use them in acrylics and it never again be used for, say, watercolor. You'll probably use them for gouache too. I probably would use them for gouache as well. Okay, so we're going to paint this mug. Is anybody else doing homemade Christmas gifts this year? You have to drop me a comment and let me know what you're doing. Next week, I'm probably going to be working on some ornaments, unless I get them done beforehand. If I get them done ahead of time, then I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week. But otherwise, I may be working on ornaments next week. I have a few people that I like to give ornaments to each year. So I have to make those. So I figured, you know, see, it's not hard at all to press too hard. And then this little antenna grows quite large. I'm gonna actually clean that off and do that one again. So I can just easily, because this is acrylic paint, there we go. Just gonna clean that off, give that a second to dry. I'm gonna try it again. See if I can't get that a little thinner. But my hands definitely shake. Nice. Tara, did you crochet or knit? And I'm just assuming it was one of those two when you said you made a scarf and attempting a jumper, which we here in the US would call a sweater. But I know that's what she's talking about. There we go. That's much better. His little antenna's a little tipped, it's a little wonky, but I like it. Go. And some I found when I was doing the first one, I found that I may have to let it dry or grab my heat tool and dry it and then come back. Crochet because it's quicker. Yeah, oh my gosh, crocheting is so much quicker. So much quicker than knitting. And I'm painting the black outline first, and then I'm going to come back through and do my orange colors on top. And while I have like a monarch in mind, I am not trying to paint it to be like anatomically correct to a monarch. I don't know that it will have like the veining through. We're going to see how my hands will be today, because if they're not too steady, he's just going to be whatever he is. And I'm going to be okay with that. And I don't know why I'm doing this with the detail brush, other than I was working on those antennae and just went right into the body. I think I'm going to grab my number 4 round, which is, this is a Princeton Select. I didn't link the brushes below because, again, I was just kind of using whatever, any old brush, but I am using rounds. And this one has holds a great point and does have a lot of spring to it. So we will see. Oh, and no worries. We'll all learn the lingo. I think it's neat how things are, called different things in different parts of the world. And I can tell that the body dried because it looked a little duller. So I'm coming in with a second coat. Speaking of patrons, I just saw Tara share the link there in the chat. If you have been considering becoming a patron of the Art Supply sample tier, this is the best month to do it, because not only is it Christmas, it is my birthday month. So I share in the celebration with all of you, and I will show you in just a moment what you can expect if you are a patron this month on the Art Supply sample tier. So if you are on it and you don't want any spoilers, I will let you know so you can kind of jump ahead a few seconds in just a moment. As soon as I get the black outline done on this guy. Cutting the caffeine some, huh, George? I don't think I could. I mean, I guess if I had to, I could. But I wouldn't like it. Some of these little details, my eyes are not cooperating today. I was afraid of that earlier because earlier they were acting up and I was like, no, I have to paint glasses today. And sometimes when my fibro acts up, the muscles in my eyes that control your focusing don't want to react right. The medium that I'm using that is washable, and yes, yep, sure. So I can repeat that, George. Give me just a second. Okay, does anybody else hold their breath when they concentrate? I just realized I was doing it. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. There's the outline. I mean, he's not done yet, but so far I like it. I still need to do, like, I want to do the little, like, the trail of where he's fluttered from. I'll do that in black as well. I'll do that in just a moment. So George asked, Tara says she wouldn't be able to give up the caffeine. So George asked if I could repeat the medium. So what I'm using today is it's by Folk Art, but it is a glass paint. So it's made for glass. I also have some, if you see like here, you'll see pictures on the top. So they'll have the wine glass if they're made for glass. So these are both made for glass. This can go on glass, wood, or metal. And the way that you cure them for glass is the same thing. What you're going to do is you're going to do your painting on your surface. And then to cure it, you have to let this dry for at least an hour on the surface. And then you're going to take them, and I will place them on I'm going to place them on like a cookie sheet so that they're stable. I don't know how stable they'll be just right on the rack. So I'm going to use a cookie sheet, and I will set them most likely like this. I'm avoiding the lip lines on all of the ones I'll be painting today. And then once you set those in the oven. It's a cold oven. You turn the oven to 350 degrees, set a timer for 30 minutes. When that's done, open the oven door, shut the oven off, open the oven door, and just let them sit. And, open it, like vent it open. Just let them sit until they have cooled to room temperature. Once they are at room temperature and you can safely handle them again, that's it. They're done. They're cured. It's baked on enamel, and that you can hand wash, soap and water, or you can, in fact, according to folk art, you can put them in the dishwasher on the top rack. I don't ever put my glasses, rarely. If I have a lot of people at the house and I need to wash all the glasses, if we had a bunch of glasses, a bunch of dishes, I might use the dishwasher, but I just don't, because to me, it's like that dishwasher soap just etches your glassware, and I don't like the smell it leaves on them. I don't care for a dishwasher. I would much prefer I wash them by hand. So, and it's just Lou and I, so it's not hard to do our dishes by hand either, because it takes all of a couple minutes. But yeah, that's what I'm using today, and that is, we saw before I did the paint water with the Ono, no, it's the Yono markers by Marabou. And this, I had to seal. I had to spray something else on it to seal it. And I didn't want to have to do... I didn't want to have to resin something afterwards or seal it with something else. I wanted something that I could just paint on and that be that. I'm just filling this with water now that I've shared that with you guys. I just wanted something that it's one and done. I just wanted to paint one product, be finished. And, there is that step of baking the enamel to finish it. But that to me was a lot easier than then having to come back and resin or clear coat something. And I didn't want it going up to where the person's mouth would be on it, just in case, anything, just extra safety. They say that this is, fine for using in this format. This is what these paints are made for. So that's what I'm using. That's why I chose this. And is this going to be the best paint for painting on glass? I don't know, but gosh, I hope so, because I'm going to be giving some of these as Christmas gifts. So I hope so. If it is, if this works well, I have another project that I have been wanting to do for over a year now. I have actually been it's taken me a while to save up some of the materials that I need, because I have to repurpose some materials. And I'm not worried if I'm not on all of my, of course you guys can't hardly see my lines. We see the lines there that I did with the Stabilo pencil. And that's the Stabilo All, in case anybody has missed that earlier. It is aquarellable and works on glass very easily. But those marks will wash right off if I didn't get them all. So there's our little trail for our butterfly that was flitting away from our flower. All right. I want to paint this one with some oranges. So I'm actually going to take some of my red and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of my darker orange that I had put down. So I have a nice deep orange. And I may even just take a smidge of black and desaturate that a bit. I said a smidge. It was too much, but that's okay. Just a little more orange, a little bit more of my red, and fix it right up. All right. I just want a variety of orange colors for these wings. And I am discovering that sometimes, unless you have really heavy paint, like if I was just doing one stroke and that's it. I would want my paint nice and thick. I will probably come back over these again in a moment. Not worried if it goes over that black slightly. Doesn't bother me. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I'm not usually an orange. Like, I don't care for... I have very little orange in my wardrobe. Or like yellow. They just don't tend to be colors I gravitate towards. I like greens and purples and black. Of course, I like black. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, again, next week, I encourage you, if you have Christmas gifts that you are working on, and yeah, see how much better it gets, much darker, and we don't see a lot through. Oh, thank you. I'll show you the other one in just a moment. I'll show both of them. So we're doing these for customized, like these would be great too, like the wine glasses I'm going to do. If you have, like, say you have a New Year's Eve party and you have a lot of people over and you want to customize the glasses, I don't know, if you do a New Year's toast and you wanted to customize the glasses so that everybody would know, you know, hey, that one was, that's the one I've been using all night. Or, you know, just put the house rules that whichever one's the fullest is always yours and that you have to find a different one. That's fine too. So now I've lightened it up and I'm going closer towards the center with a little bit of a lighter orange. And I'm just working this through. I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll find out. Just like acrylic, I can just let it dry and paint over it. And I haven't cured it, so I could always, if I didn't like one of the glasses that I make today, I don't have to worry about it. I can always just scrub that right off and start again. So don't be intimidated. Don't worry. I don't know if I can do that. Sure you can. You can always just clean it off and start again. You're not out anything. All right, I'm going to let these dry a bit because I want to pull some of that light over the dark. Is everybody ready for Christmas? I have to finish my Christmas shopping. Look at that. Ooh, I like the color. Nice and bright. Cheery. That's just cheery. It's very cheerful. Maybe we'll pull a little bit of yellow, or like take some yellow and lighten up that orange a little bit and pull that, maybe thin that and pull that over the top. Maybe. That might look good. If not, I'll just cover it back with some orange. That's, you know, like I have it now. Thank you. Actually, what I'm going to do real quick, I got the paint in that brush already loaded, but I'm going to grab my heat tool for just a second. And hello, Cat's Art. Did I say hello, Cat's Art Picks already? And Dee, hi. Dee is here again today. Thanks for making it. We appreciate you being here. I'm going to mute you guys for a moment so that you don't have to listen to my heat tool. There we go. Hi, Rob. Okay, everybody is filtering in. That's great. All right. And I'm just going to spritz this palette again because, you know, everything dries so quickly here in the studio. And these are acrylics, so I don't want them to dry out too fast. I was like, I like this butterfly. Of course, I didn't. Don't worry about it. We are just glad that you are here. Oh, yeah. I like that little bit of the brighter color coming through. I'm trying to be careful because I know if I put my hand on this, I'll smudge that off. The design I sketched on there. It comes off very easily. And that was done with the, again, the All Stabilo aquarellable pencil, which is capable of writing on glass. Oh, look at that. All right, I'm going to grab my detail brush again because now the black should be dry and I can put, thanks, Rob. Yeah, smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream today. Getting some ideas for some Christmas gifts that you can make. It helps YouTube show my content to more people. I forgot I was going to share with you after I finish with the black what you can expect if you are on the Art Supply sample tier. And if you are on it and don't want any spoilers, again, I'll let you know just before I share that. You can mute, look away, whatever you'd like. Or, you know, it's a surprise whenever you find out. So, surprise. But if you have been considering it, like I said, this is definitely the month to do it because December's always going to be the best month to be on the Art Supply sample tier. Oh, look at the little, see, adding a little white. Like I said, being inspired by a monarch, not necessarily painting it to be anatomically representative of a monarch, but it's just my little creation. So yeah, if you've considered the Art Supply sample tier, oh, thanks, Rob. I know that you were. That's why I was saying. If you don't want to be surprised, if you don't want it to be spoiled, then I'll tell you when I'm about to show it, so you can look away, mute, whatever. But if you've been considering the Art Supply sample tier and becoming a patron, this is the best month because it is not only my birthday month, but it is Christmas. And this month, okay, Rob, so I'm giving you fair warning. Spoiler alert for anybody who's on the Art Supply sample tier that doesn't want to know, now's the time to mute and not look for about 10 to 30 seconds. So normally, oh, and I had one out. Yep, it's right here. So this month, of course, because I love watercolor, it is a watercolor month. And Daniel Smith, like there's many companies that do dot cards. And for example, I got this in my Sketchbox and I shared it in my Sketchbox video I had just put out last week. So these are the dots. They're like, you see that paper, like they're very flat. It's just, that's a dot. I want to really experience the color if I get a sample. And so knowing that that's what I would want, when I do watercolor dot cards, because I've mentioned this sometimes, I'll do watercolor dot cards as the Art Supply sample. This month, that's what's happening. And I use these little cute little mini pans. So you see that pan right there? That's going to hold the equivalent of like 5 to 6 Daniel Smith dots. And I don't know other companies. I'm sure it's probably, you know, standard across the board what they do. But that's what I do my dots in. And they may come, normally they'll come like attached with like double stick tape on a card so that you can swatch them. And it'll hold them still if you don't have, you know, a little palette. However, this month you're going to get 7 colors, 7 colors. It is a beautiful muted palette. I can show you those colors. There are your colors. Look at the shimmery sparkle of that last one. So it's going to come with 7 muted colors in the palette. They're all beautiful granulating colors. You know, I love granulation. So, and there's also going to be, because it's Christmas also, there's going to be 3 bonus supplies to sample in this month's box. So that's like 4 months, 1 box, same price. So if you've considered it, this is definitely the month to give that a try. So, okay. See, I didn't, they're here. They're in the picture. You can try to figure it out. This is the card that goes along with the art supply sample tier this month. We do a project. So every month I send the sample and then you get a video that shows how to use that supply or us trying to figure out how to use that supply, because sometimes it's even a new to me supply and we're sampling it together. So, and a project that we do. So that comes every month. You get that as well. So yeah, if that is something that you have considered, this is the month to do it, because December is definitely the best month. That is not like standard, like every month. It's normally it's normally a sample. I'm trying to think. We've had the charcoal and the paper. We had right back there behind me the Canson XL sand grain paper, that and a half pan of liquid charcoal that was dried down. That came 1 month. Trying to think what else we've done. There's been quite a few. And I've even thought about maybe in the future something like that being for sale, like once I get the website shop open. But for now, the only way that you can get them is via Patreon and being a patron on the art supply sample tier. So we'd love to have you join us if that's something you would like to get. I just love trying new art supplies, and I thought that was definitely goes hand in hand with what we do here during the live streams on the channel. If you're here and you're new to the channel, I do put out regular content, but during our live streams, it's usually trying new products, new art supplies, and just seeing what we think of those. Look, I'm loving the way this little butterfly is coming out. Should I like press my luck and do black veining and really make him look like a monarch, or don't press my luck? He's beautiful the way he is. Just leave him alone. My hands are not very steady today. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. This is definitely one that is a gift. I think I kind of like it the way it is, but there we go. Oh, okay. Well, see, thank you. Thank you. I am glad that now that's coming right from somebody who is actually on the tier. You're underselling the art supply tier. The ink reward from October had enough ink to do a few 5x7 pieces of art with the supplied paper. Yeah, that is true. I just find it like sometimes I'll include like little sample, like pieces of paper for you to try. Or maybe the focus isn't the paper, it's the other supply, but I want to make sure that you have a surface that's compatible that you could work on. So, excuse me. Yeah, I just want you to really get the value for what you're giving in support of the channel, while still making a few dollars. But look at that. I love it. So what color should we do the flower? I'm going to work on the grass first. I'll do the green grass. So let me show you the other one. So this is its partner. It has the blue butterfly and the purple flower. And this was definitely the first one I ever did. I did this before the stream to test it out. See, this hasn't cured. So if I decide, oh, I don't really care for this, I want to do this over because I've gotten used to the product and can work with it better, I can always just scrub this right off and it will. And, you know, and I can just give it another go. I am loving that butterfly so far. Let's see. I'm just checking up. Yeah, thanks. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to press my luck on this one. I like it the way it is. Purple flower. So that's what I did here. I could do another purple flower. It's going to be similar. I did purple on the blue one. So I was thinking maybe like, I don't know. Could be a yellow and yellow flower with maybe some orange fringe or red tips or something. I don't know. What color? I have one vote for purple. I can certainly do another purple flower because then it's just the butterfly that's different and they're still unique glasses. I'm going to work on the grass first while we're debating what color should it be. If I can find, I hung it up on my paint puff water well. A magenta flower. Ooh, Teresa says a magenta flower, and I do have, it's more like red. I also have pink. So my colors, of course, you know, mixing colors does not intimidate me. And I have some, with the wine glasses I'm going to get into, I've got some silver, I've got gold, so I want to really add to that too. There's my colors. And then purple, I've got gold, silver. Oh, and I will share also, and this is linked in the description below. So these paints, which are linked, but they also sell this right here, and this is the enamel glass paint medium. So I could take this, I'm thinking, with maybe like some of my golden high flow acrylic, or another soft body, or even Liquitex Basics, I would imagine. And I can mix this medium with that and then paint that on, and I'll be able to bake it in the oven. And then again, it becomes dishwasher and oh, my lights are not very bright on my topiary. I need to change my batteries. But it becomes top rack dishwasher safe and hand wash safe. So yes. Like a magenta. Purple. Any other flower color suggestions? All right, I'm gonna be working on the grass while yeah, see, I had some on here that it is just already like this that I mixed up from that first mug. It's dry. That is dry. My paint, you know, the actual blobs of paint, those are not dry. Just where I thinned it down when I mixed it, those are. I put much too much black into this green paint. There we go. Whoa. Anybody done Christmas shopping yet? I am not. Oh, nice. It's drying fast, I bet. So you are acrylic painting on a skateboard. Excellent. Is it a gift? Is it a gift or a commission? Teresa says she's doing a skateboard. Yeah, that's a good idea also. Which we could kind of come right back to the purple with that. I think I may just go ahead and do the flowers, both purple. They don't have to be exactly the same. And where the butterflies, then the butterfly becomes the thing that stands out. And I think that was certainly my idea for a focal point when I started this. So I'm just going to put in some blades of grass. And I need to have one that's coming from my flower somewhere. That was a thick one. Not even the least bit concerned. And then I'm going to have some thinner pieces here. Nice. It can be hung or used as a skateboard. So did you just got like one of those skateboard blanks? Yes, there is a stream. Did I not? I shared it to, no, I think I shared it. Sorry, Starving. I believe I shared it to MeWe this afternoon, a couple hours before the stream when I set it up. So I didn't have a thumbnail because it was my hope that I would actually be able to get a couple painted beforehand. But last night I was just so tired that there was no coming back to the studio after dinner and keep working on these. So I was not able to put it up last night. I put it up today. But yeah, there is a stream. We're glad you're here. Okay, see, now that is, I'm going to have to let this dry because what's happening is I just went to put that on there and what it did was just pulled some of it off. Yeah. And I'm not liking the way that looks. And I don't particularly care for that green either. I'm just going to put a little bit in here and there and come back with some, I'm going to dry it real quick and then come back with some more of the other green that I did like. And then we'll do our flower. Yeah, you got the blanks. I've seen those. I thought that was interesting. I could see Joseph. I'm not sure Joseph. I haven't seen Joseph yet today. But I could see Joseph doing a skateboard, like with some of his like graffiti art and stuff like that. Like, it would be totally up his alley. Let me know if this is too loud, because if it is, I can always mute my mic. I don't know if it's coming through louder than I am. I don't use the program I used to use, which would magically filter out this sound. So hopefully it's not too loud. I'm not ready for Christmas either. Yeah, and unlike Cat's Art Picks, I too, Tara, have the use of both of my hands right now, whether they be shaky or not. And I'm just gonna let that cool for a moment. I'm just getting it dry enough that I can put another layer on it. No, it's not that loud. Oh, thank you. Okay. You didn't find it too, Tara didn't find it too loud, and neither did Teresa. Okay. Excellent. That means I can just keep talking and working. All right, so that's going to be a little too dark. There we go. All right, mixing up a little bit more of this so I can fill in that little spot where it kind of wiped off. I want this to be darker. Now with the wine glasses, when I do those, they're going to need to be they're going to need to be almost like one stroke, which I don't do, but I may do like some color and like two colors in one and just do the stroke. I don't know. You are ready. So Teresa's ready. I'm not. I haven't even finished my shopping yet. And so I've got to get that finished. I do a lot because where we are, we're very rural Maine. I mean, the closest, if I want to get to the closest store, it's going to be a Walmart. And that would be, oh, I don't know, at least 30 to 40 minutes from me. It's more than 30. It's like more like, um, it's definitely more like 40 minutes. So, yeah, there's that. And then if I want more stores, if I want to go to the city, I've got to travel like an hour to get to a city where there'd be more stores. So we live in a very rural area of Maine. Still a lot of my shopping online. I have a lot of shopping left to do. All right, so mixed up kind of a darker purple. I'm gonna go with the ones I kind of laid out to be like in the background. So my flowers may be similar, but again, I think that's fine because it just makes the butterflies stand out as the the identifier. I'm still trying to decide what to do for some of these glasses. I think once I get it down, some may be similar. I know one, I want to do daisies. So I want to do some flowers that look like daisies. But you know how daisies, you know how you can get them where like they put them in like food coloring and it sucks up all the different colors. And so then you have different colored daisies. So I was like, well, I could do daisies in different colors. But I have someone on my list that loves daisies. So I thought perhaps this one has like a kind of like a petunia feel to me, this flower. Not that that's what I was absolutely going for, but it has that feel. So I'm just using that the dark color that I just made, and I'm mixing down a mid value. And I think I'm going to get a little bit of that and a little of the lighter color on my brush at the same time and see if I can just kind of pull through so it's more like one stroke to get a variety of the values. There we go. Oh, that was really thick. I don't want it to be too thick. Oh my gosh, Tara. I'm trying to like keep catching up with the oh, I am with you, Cats Art Picks. I do not like the dishes at all. I'm fortunate Lou does a lot of the dishes when I am too sore and can't stand there and wash dishes. Um, he definitely does. I am very spoiled and I know it. And I appreciate it. That one. I'm going to go over the darker ones too a little bit. I'm going to like thin it down. Get some of that paint out of that brush. I love having the paint pucks. They clean the brushes out so well. I've shared it often. I have paint pucks in all my water wells. Well, except for my rinse well, but that one has ridges in the bottom of it, so that helps as well. But usually I only use my rinse well for clean water because I want to make sure that I always have clean water available. So sometimes it gets dirty and I can just dump it and get more in there. But usually it's always like my clean. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to take some gold. Ugh, this paint is everything dries so fast in this studio. So I'm taking some gold and some yellow and I'm kind of blending them together because I want this maybe like a little bit of the shimmer of the gold with, but I want it to be more yellow. And I'm just going to come in. I probably should dry this first, but I'm just going to come in and dab in some for my center with my flower. There we go. There we go. Ah, Marty Lyle is here. Hello, Marty. It's been a while. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have been well. All right, so there is that one. So here's the pear. And the point is you can give a pear and while they look similar, they're very different. Of course, the major difference being the butterflies. And you don't get yours mixed up with somebody else's. So that is going to be one set. So these I will leave to dry and I can bake them later. I'm going to put them on the thing behind me and I'm going to grab some small ones. So these are our stemless wine glasses. As I'm talking away from the microphone to you guys. All right, there we go. So now we've got the stemless wine glasses. And I think on these, there's Joseph. Oh, my chat just jumped. Hello. We'll give you the pass. You got a pass. So again, I'm going to grab my a cotton ball and my rubbing alcohol. And I'm just going to put some of that on there. And this will evaporate and dry very quickly. Very quickly. Carefully putting my hand in the glass. I don't want to break the glass and cut myself. So just going over the surface because, I may have put fingerprints all over it. And I'm sure I'll put fingerprints all over it as I am working on it. But at least this gives me a good start. Now, if I wanted to sketch something out right now, I could use my Stabilo. This is the All pencil. And it says aquarellable. You want the ones that say aquarellable because then they kind of can disappear and blend in with your painting. And they do have black and white. Those are both linked below. I linked both the black and the white. They come like a pack of 3. And you can use these on all surfaces. Glass, wood, canvas, paper. What other stuff can we think of? Plastic. Supposedly it writes on all surfaces. Does it? I don't know. I haven't tried all surfaces, but they say it does. Okay, so for this one, I want to do daisies. And I think I'm going to do gold in the centers. And I can tell you right now that unlike mine, excuse me, for those who are just joining us, this is what inspired the projects today. And unlike mine, like this green is like a green that's been mixed with the gold. There's a little bit of shimmer in certain lights and there's gold in the centers. But unlike mine, my hat's off. I don't know if this was done by an artist by hand as I try to break it against the other glass. But you see those lines? Yeah, these hands are not making straight lines like that. I love that effect, but I don't think I could do it. Those are super thin. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I could flick it and get if it was like a really long bristle, like a really long brush, maybe. I don't have that. But I think I do want to get like some tall, because daisies would be like, you always see them in the tall grass. So I am thinking about having like 3 sections like that one did. And so what I will do is I carefully take my handout. Are you guys talking about croissants again? I love croissants. Okay. So I think I'm going to mark the bottom, and I'm just going to mark it. And again, if that's hard to see, you can take a paper towel and place that in there. And see, now you can certainly see my lines. Can you guys hear Tuka downstairs? I wonder if we walked in that room, or if he's just like trying to be heard. So I'm just thinking I want 3 sections on this glass. That's going to like kind of point the center of my 3 sections. And then at the end, I'll just wipe that off the bottom. It won't stay there. So, this is going to be fun. And again, I'm going to wipe down this part. I know I'm going to touch the rest. I'll probably do that for each section. I'll wipe it off with the alcohol first to make sure my fingerprints aren't on it. And we're going to give it a try. I'm going to need more green. So I'm taking my darker green, which is one of the multi-surfaces, and this says it's a satin. I'm going to mix up a darker, oh, that is not darker. Hello. I want to put some gold in there, and this is the multi-surface, and that is gold. And it says 14 karat, the color of this one is 14 karat gold. This one says gold, and it looks more sparkly, but this one is for glass. I don't know. This is the one that I put out earlier. I'm pretty sure that's the one I put out earlier. It may have been this one. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if there's a difference. Oh yeah, there's definitely a difference. Okay, so I had put this one out earlier. This one says it has more sparkle, and I think I'm going to use that one and have that sparkle. I may use some of the other gold for like the center again, but I want to mix some of this with my green. So I'm going to try. You don't need a lot of black, which I always end up with putting too much. And you guys can't see it, but I'm just mixing this on my butcher's palette here. And I'm going to pull in some of this gold. See if we can't make the green sparkly. Has some shimmer to it. I should just put it right in there because you know I've contaminated that. That's okay. All right, we'll see. I kind of like that color. Hopefully it's going to look lovely on my glass. And again, if not, it's not cured until I bake it. So I can just, oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Teresa. Well, that's, I kind of, it is, you know, it's an art supply sample. It's not an, you know, like the art, it's not like an art subscription box. It is an art supply sample. Generally speaking, it's usually one supply. It's supposed to be one supply a month. You can ask Rob. More months than not, there's extras thrown in just because I think it would benefit. So, I know I would appreciate it, and I just throw it in there because I appreciate all of you. So yeah, the art supply sample tier also opens you up to, right now, everything else that I offer on Patreon. You also get another paint along every month. You get reference photos every month. You get the live art chats. So yeah, if it's something that you guys have considered, December, the reason we're talking about this for those who have just joined is because December is definitely the best month to join. This month's sample is going to come not only with 7 generous watercolor, like a watercolor dot. I say dot card, but this is taking watercolor dot cards to a whole different level. So it's going to come not only with that, you are going to get 4 other gifts in there because it's my birthday month and it's Christmas. So yes, we're going to have fun trying some stuff this month. And those I should be shipping the beginning of the week. That's when they should start shipping. That is my goal. I just have to package stuff up to get it out. So yeah, if that's something if you like trying art supplies like I like trying art supplies, that may be a tier that is right for you. See, this is just, I tell myself, nature is not perfectly straight, right? Right? These, come on, help me convince myself. Nature's not perfectly straight. I'm just thinking, oh, that one got a little wonky. Maybe we get I want out to the other side like that too. Kind of rounded. There we go. What do you think? Getting our grasses to hopefully look semi-natural. I don't know. We're trying. Yes. Okay. So that is, oh, such a great question, Teresa. Thank you for asking that. All right. I need to let this dry so that I can come back with another coat. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and I'm going to answer Teresa's question. First, thank you. Thank you very much. It's tomorrow. So patrons, I held live chat yesterday. So normally I always say live chat is tomorrow. It won't be tomorrow. It was yesterday, but you can catch up on that if you weren't able to make it. And so Teresa asked, will I get this month's? Yes. The way that my Patreon works is you pay when you sign up. And then whatever day that you sign up, that's the day that your subscription renews the following month. So if you sign up in December, I will send you December's box. So you won't have to wait till January to start receiving your box. Normally, it's like if you sign up, then at the end of that month, it gets sent out. Or you would start like receiving it. So you pay in December, you start receiving in January, and then you would have like maybe an extra if you canceled. That's not the way I do it. The way that I do it is if you become a patron December 8th, then it will renew on January 8th unless you choose to cancel, which of course you can cancel, downgrade, or upgrade at any time. And it renews on the anniversary of the day that you subscribed or became a patron. So anyone who signs up in December, I will be sending you December's art supply sample. And again, if you want a look at the palette, there's the palette that you're going to get. These 7 colors, it is a beautiful granulating palette. Sorry, I didn't do any spoilers. I'm sorry. But it's a beautiful palette. And yes, sign up in December. I will send you December. I'm not going to make you wait till January to start because December is the month that you want to get because there's so much in December's package. So yep. That will be, those will start shipping out. And just because I start shipping them out next week doesn't mean you still can't join if you're watching this 2 weeks from now. If it's in December and you sign up and become a patron in December, I will send you December's box. and that are December's package. And that always, not only does it come with the sample, you get a video that's dedicated to that sample that shows you, one, we either discover how to use it together because it's also a new to me supply, which that can happen. Just like I like to explore different supplies during the, live, our live times here. That same thing could happen. Or it's a supply that I'm very used to. Like this month, you're getting Daniel Smith watercolors. Again, I didn't say spoiler. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. But you get a video that goes along with it, and we do a project. So it's not just like, hey, here's your sample, have fun exploring. No, we explore it together, and you get a special video dedicated just to that. So you get an extra video every month with that supply. And it's a supply sample. It is not, these are not full-size art supplies. I just want to be clear on that. These are samples, and samples that usually I create. Although they can be full-size art supplies. You just never know with me. You just never know. If I find a deal, then I'm going to make sure that you guys get to take advantage of it, because I would want that. Yeah, I will definitely. I will check it, and I will check it later and message you and let you know, Teresa, for sure. And I'll message you directly on Patreon. All right, so I just rubbed down the other sides with the rubbing alcohol, and I'm very carefully leaving my hand in this glass as I try to mix up some more color. Mixing some more with the gold to do the others. You're welcome. Thank you. And sometimes we even, it wouldn't be unheard of for me to send them out and do something live where we all get to use it live together. So I've done that. That kind of thing can happen too. You just never know. All right. Oh, Lou's running away. All right, so just doing some more leaves. I think I like it that way. I think I like the way the grasses kind of look that way. I'm like trying to be careful like where I touch. And once I set that on there, it's like usually once I place the stroke and the paint gets on, I have to stop and leave it. So there's that side. This side's not quite as dark, but that's okay too. That's the other thing. They're all hand painted, right? So I keep telling myself that, like, it's okay if they do look different. They're all done by hand. This is not a machine. I am not a machine, for sure. And I'm even going to let this be like not necessarily mixing everything. I've got so much paint in this brush. And this one got even darker. I may need to come back over some of those and do it again. I'm going to leave this upside down to dry. And those, I'm going to be doing daisies. So I'm thinking one will be Oh, maybe I'll do daisies on one and brown-eyed Susans on the other. So white petals with yellow centers and then yellow petals with brown centers. I think that's the way I'm going to do these because that would just kind of be natural and the person loves daisies. And I don't think they're watching. I hope not. Of course, I'm not saying names, so who knows? I don't think I have a lot of the family members that I am making gifts for that watch my channel every Thursday. I loved the butterflies, though. I'm thinking I might have to do butterflies on some. And I'm just going to keep working on these until, we're done streaming, and I'll keep working on them. Apparently, I'm going to keep working on them after because I have got, unless I start making them faster, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 11 glasses that I want to do. And they're all like something different and unique to the individuals. I will be thinking about the individuals that I am making them for. Again, just kind of marking so I have an idea of where I want the centers to come out, and I'll clean that off the bottoms after. So is anybody else doing any kind of handmade gifts for Christmas? We did like a handmade, like a Secret Santa last year, where we like all the people that were participating had decided they were going to do it in like, I don't know, it was early in the year. And then that one's a little different. It's fine. But we decided early in the year that we were going to do it. And then we all drew names. So we had like most of the year to decide what we were going to do and work on. There was some really cool things that were made that year. And we had a lot of fun. A lot of people were like, okay, I don't think I want to do that again next year because it took a lot of time. You had to really think about it. You really had to put some thought into the person you were making it for. And I love homemade or handmade gifts. I love getting them because that person they had to put some thought in, you know what I mean? They thought about me when they made that. So, and especially when it's something that's just like very unique to the person. So that's why I kind of want to make sure that when I was doing these, I'm really giving thought about who that one's for. And kind of, customizing what would be on it. And I know I'm going to put another coat on these because I am not particularly fond of the way the grass looks right now. So I'll let that dry. I'll go back to the other one in a minute and see how I can touch that up. And they have to be dry because I'm going to want to put the I want to put the daisies right over some of the leaves. So again, there's some more with the grass. We'll see how these dry. And so now that I have that set, I'm going to clean that bottom off and really clean this brush out. It's loaded with paint. So Teresa said she did a few handmade gifts. Who painted cards? Anybody other than, I know Rob did. I know, what did you say you painted, Rob? 70? My hat's off to you. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through what I'm getting through or what I want to get through. But I was just like, when you said 70, I was like, wow, it's a lot of cards. That's fantastic, though. I want some more. I want some more gold. I'm just going to actually mix this right on my palette. kind of mix the colors together. There's still more green there. Again, I thought I had a lot before. A lot of paint in my brush, that is. There's a lot of paint in it now. Will this make the green shimmer? And I don't know. Oh yeah, I said I was going to clean that off, didn't I? I did. A lot of times I'll just grab I'll grab a palette knife, and you guys have seen me do that before. The paint's getting too close to the ferrule of my brush. I don't want it all up in there. And I just kind of get some of that paint out back on my palette. Whoa. I can clean that brush out. Oh my gosh, I remember when I first started painting, I was like, I can't rinse all that paint out of my brush. It's such a waste. And now I'm just like, no, I need to get the heck out of there before I ruin my brush. I don't know how many brushes I ruined because I didn't want to waste paint. the brush can be way more expensive than the paint was. The lessons we learn. All right. So I'm just taking that black mark I put on there off. And if this takes off any paint that's on the very bottom, that's fine with me too. That doesn't matter, because there may have been a little bit of green in there. All right. Let's see. I'm going to use a different brush. I am grabbing my number 8 round, and I'm going to see if I can't get this to work better for me. I need to pop it definitely helps when you have the paper towel in there because you can see a little better. I think I like that. And maybe we'll go from the top down. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a little bit of the dark and I'm grabbing a little bit of this lighter green that I mixed up, and I'm just having both of those on my brush at the same time. I think I like it working going from the bottom to the top. Let's open this up. Because you can start really pressing and then release that pressure to get the point on the grass. It dries pretty quick. You have to let it dry for at least an hour before you can bake it on. But it does dry pretty quick. I hit some of it earlier with the heat tool. There we go. So we just have some tall grass. And again, for those who missed it in the beginning, it says that you leave it set for an hour, at least an hour to dry. And then you're going to place it in a cold oven. You're going to turn your oven on to 350. And you're going to bake it for half an hour. And half an hour, shut the oven off, vent the door, and let that, the gold is really showing up now in this one. And then you're just going to let that cool until it is room temperature and safe to handle. And then once that is done, you are good to go. It is hand wash and top rack dishwasher safe. And I thought, while I don't use a dishwasher, some of the people that I am planning on giving these to do use dishwashers. I don't know that I would. I don't put mine, the glasses that I got, I do not put those in the dishwasher at all. Ever. I've had them for years. The paint looks just as beautiful as it did the day I got them. All right, I'm going to let that set. Take this one. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just kind of going over them again. So it just looks like little tufts of grass. And then I'm going to put some daisies. Daisies and brown eyed Susans in there. I mean, these are mostly, they feel dry to the touch from when I, just that short time since I put this one down. It is allowing, and it's taking the paint that I'm putting on top. I'm liking the different strokes that it's getting. I may mix up a darker color and go one more just to give more variety in there. So the goal is that these will be like personal, you know what I mean? Like personalized glasses. You know how they used to sell, what was it, like the rings and stuff you could get to put on like the stems of wine glasses? My thought was that the personalized, like I said, I got my glasses that I got had, they were two different colors. Now, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if an artist painted them. I don't know if they were bought at like a, like a craft type show where an artist painted them and sold them. I'm not sure. But I have two different colors. The flowers on mine, the one that I always use are green because that's one of my favorite colors. And the other one has like a peach, orangish, salmon type color flower. And that's the one if I have somebody that's over visiting and is drinking some wine with me that I let them use. The paint is just as beautiful today and I'm not sure what it was painted with. I don't know if they were bought at a store where you just picked out the individual glass. Did they come in a set like that? I don't know. So, depending on temp in the room, 30 minutes, it just says it says if we're talking about them drying, the paint specifically says to let them dry like this for an hour before I put them to bake on the enamel, because that's what you're doing. You're baking on the enamel. And again, they also sell the medium. So if you don't want to buy all the paints, if you're doing a small project and you just want to get the glass enamel, the glass paint enamel medium to add to your paints, you can do that too. And that's linked below as well. Okay. I said I wanted a little bit darker. And that's what I'm doing. They definitely have I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but there you see the sparkle. The gold is making the shimmer in that green. So I like it. I definitely like it. I'm going to put a little bit of nope, that's the same gold. I want the darker. One of the other gold is a bit more yellow. And it's a bit more like solid, like 14 karat gold. That's what I'm mixing in this one. And this time I'm trying to be wise. Use my palette knife. See if I can't mix it up that way. Versus getting it all in my brush. Yeah, 1 hour. And so you can do this like I did the mugs. You could do mugs. You could do, I don't know that I would do like a plate per se. Maybe if it were the border of a plate, maybe. I guess you could do stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not painting like I'm not putting anything on. Let me just put this up. I loaded that brush, but I wasn't ready to use it. I'm not putting anything like, where the mouth would be on the brim of the glass. So that's just my choice. And I'm just giving these a quick with the heat tool so that I know I can go back over them one more time and be done. And there's definitely a shift. Like you can certainly tell when it is dry. Doesn't take long. Not much takes long in this studio right now. It actually gets drier in the wintertime, so I need to get a humidifier, a bigger humidifier. I have a couple small ones. And again, I said this before, if I'd remember to turn them on, that would help too. But I want a bigger one for the studio that I can like set on the floor over there and kind of just put the moisture into the room. Oops, I want this brush. All right. I'm just making sure it's nice and cool, and it is. And now I think I want to look at this because this is going to be my final. That final coat. Like those more defined blades of grass that are in the front. That was a little much. There we go. Now I'm just going to hold this up so I don't put that fresh wet paint right on my desk, because that's something I would do too. Not even thinking, just set it right down on there. I would like to do one similar to the style that mine is, but I just don't think my shaky hands will do it. All right. There we go. Black Eyed Susans are your favorite? Yeah, we're going to do Black Eyed Susans on one and Daisies on the other. I think that the person that's getting this will really like that. And I think the when I do the next one, it's going to be different. I think I'm not going to do grass or anything like that. I'm just going to do some flowers. And I said I was going to do them this way. I actually kind of like the way that one looks already. I'm not adding anything to that. I like the way that already looks. Look at that. I said I was done and I actually really moved on. Not like 3 more strokes. Oh my gosh. How many of you guys do that? I do it all the time. Like, I'm done with that. 5 minutes later, you're wishing you would have listened to yourself. That's definitely like, that's my favorite one so far, the way the grass looks on that one. All right, I've got to rinse out, grab a different brush, and we're going to put the daisies and the, ooh, and for the Black-Eyed Susans, I'm going to mix the gold in with the yellow. So the flowers are kind of sparkle. And with the other gold, I think would work well with the white, so that the daisies also kind of sparkle. Nice. What are you painting, George? If you said earlier and I missed it, my apologies. So I'm mixing up some gold and my darker yellow. This is, it's called Moon Yellow. I like it, Moon Yellow. So I'm mixing the gold and Moon Yellow to be able to do my Black-Eyed Susans. And then I have a brown here, which is, it's called Teddy Bear Brown. Isn't that cute? Yeah, exactly. You weren't ignoring us. You were painting and listening. I'm going to darken that. That Teddy Bear Brown is more like, it's like chocolate milk brown. Yeah. I'm going to darken that up. Oh, nice. Nice. You want to finish it before Christmas because it's for Christmas? Or just because that's your goal? Okay. So I think I'm going to do the Black-Eyed Susans on this one. I'm going to take the pad, my cotton ball that had the alcohol. It's still slightly damp. I just want to make sure that all the bottom, and this does clean up the bottom nicely. So any paint that I got on that bottom, because at the end I want this to be able to sit nice and flat, it just cleans that edge right up. I think, was it this one? No, it was the one I just cleaned. Yeah, it's the one I just cleaned. I had paint on part of that bottom. I went like beyond, and now that's nice and clean. And that's just the cotton ball that I had the rubbing alcohol on. Okay. So this is the gold and the yellow mixed together. Here goes nothing. All right. These I will do two layers on them. Unless like the one I just did is actually working out quite well. I may only have to do one layer. And I think I want at least 3. I'm going to do 3 in each section of grass. I find it's definitely easier to turn the glass. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 there, and I'll probably, I'll make sure there's a stem coming down before I do the next. Okay. I was thinking I was going to make the flowers bigger originally, but then once I went ahead with the first one, I was like, I kind of like that. Now it looks more like it's a field of flowers, which is how they would pop up. Trying to be really careful, like where I place my fingers. And I can say that hopefully these will get better and better as I go. And faster, because there are a lot to do. Any ideas, like other ones? What else could I do on glasses? Some I was thinking like I could just do, I don't know. I would like a design that goes around, like this is on all, you know, the different sides of the glass. Versus the mug, but the mug was very easy to put it on just one side. You have the handle, so it's like I'm right-handed. I made it so that it was on the side that faces outward if it's a right-handed person. If you're left-handed, you get to look at the design. I need to pull some of the paint out of the belly of the brush as it's like getting up into the belly of the brush, and I'm only using the tip, but it's not like flowing down because this is not, you know, it's not really watered down. And some of it is starting to dry. What I did was I put the yellow and the gold together, and I'm just kind of pulling it out and mixing it on the side as I need it, because the more it's that glob of paint, it's not going to dry as fast. Ooh, poppies or tulips, yeah. And I have a whole reference book that's just flowers. So I could look at a bunch of different flowers. Ooh, maybe like irises. That could be a flower to do too. Irises would be a similar green to this. The flower would just be different. Okay, so I need to let those dry. In fact, this one that I started with, I could probably go back over already. Definitely. Oh, stargazer. Oh yeah, lilies. Yeah, that would be pretty. Stargazers, that pink with the spotted throats. Oh, that would be beautiful. In fact, I know the perfect person that I'm making one for, that would be the perfect flower to put on it. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to use that suggestion for sure. And I'll make sure that when these are like all said and done and I've baked them all, I will share them. I know Tara has put links to the art group. I will share them over in the art group. If you're not a member, we would love it for you to join us over there. That is in Exploring Art. And whether you're on Facebook or MeWe, you can join either location. I keep up with both. Ooh, really? A red and orange stargazer. Oh, that would be beautiful. I have the traditional pink. All right, so there's some gold that I'm going to mix with some of this white. And you can't see that, but I've just put Wow, it's really blowing out the color there. There we go. The gold and the white. And I'm just going to pull them down together. So I'm going to pull, this is dry. There we go. I'm going to pull it like that and just kind of work that in together so that it is white but has a sparkle to it. And that's what I'm going to do for the daisy petals. Oh yeah, Cat's Heart picks. They're huge too. Mine bloom, I want to say it's like right in the beginning of July. I want to say it's right in the beginning of July. They're gorgeous. And that got away from me a little bit, but that's okay. Still just gonna go with it. Little daisies. You see them? Yeah, they're stargazer lilies are beautiful. There we go. I may do more than that, but I don't know. I kind of like the 3 on each. Kind of liking that. I don't have like a detail brush set. I mean, I have some brushes that are tiny for details. It might be the easier brushes to use. I don't know, but this is the number 4 Princeton Select Round. It's holding the point quite well. Of course, as the paint dries, it doesn't flow so well. So there's that to contend with. I think you plant them in the spring. I think you can plant them in the spring for that summer. Well, they are lilies, but it's a specific type of lily. It's a very specific type. They grow, at least mine, get very tall. And the flowers are like as big around as your head. They're large. They are large. And they will grow like on a stalk. And then it'll have like, I think mine produced 7 flowers last year. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Have a great rest of your day. And I will message you later over on Patreon. Thank you again. I appreciate it. There we go. Last side. Hopefully these will just have a nice little shimmer to them and when the light catches them just right. I also have, I was thinking I have this tool that I can adjust that will hold, like it has a clamp that will hold. And I'm wondering if I got the paint on my brush and put it in there, if I could pull, because it'd be easier to pull the glass to make nice thin lines. I'm wondering if I could do that. I might try that with some of these to see, because I really like the, nice tall thin lines versus like thick grass on them. I like that idea too. To have like something to anchor the little flowers that you paint to. Oh, look at that. Look at those. Aren't they? They're just dainty. Little daisies. Okay. So I need to put brown centers in my, And I'm going to check these. I'm going to hit these with my heat tool again, just to make sure, because some of them are like really, like I think these will be really like see through some of that where I'd want the petals a little more solid. But I don't know. I kind of like them. I may have to hit them one more time. But I'm going to just get them with the heat. Actually, yeah, I'm going to get them with the heat tool first. I've got to talk myself through everything. It's like, it's not a problem doing a live stream. I talk to myself anyways. I'll be sitting here in the studio going, oh, I think I really need to fix that. And they'll be like, are you talking to me? No, I'm just talking to myself. All right, let that glass cool off. I'll dry these, and then that'll be nice and cool for me to use. Big thank you to our moderators who keep all the chat going and share with you all the links and stuff of importance. Tara and Joseph, their links are in the description below. If any of you that are watching are not familiar with their channels, I hope you'll check them out. Joseph streams every Monday, the same time that I do. And Tara has, you go binge watch her channel. She's got a few videos out there now and works in a variety of mediums. So I hope that you will check them both out. Both of their links are in the description below. I thank you for helping us and being here every week, keeping the chat going. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that each one of these definitely has a stem that would be anchoring it into this grass. Because, you know, we need to have a stem. It's -2 Celsius there. See, I'll tell Tara, I'll like send Tara a message and be like, it's a cold one today, Tara. It's -3 or -4. You know, her temperature, not my temperature yet. Not in Fahrenheit. And I'll be giving her what it is in Celsius after I ask my aid device. Of course, we say aid device because she'll start listening. And I'll ask her to translate for me to convert it. And I tell Tara, she's like, oh, no. And now she's got those temperatures going on. So a little chilly. I could do daffodils also. That would be another flower I could do. I think it might be the dark black speckles that go down the petals to the throat, because I think that regular ones don't have the same kind of spots that stargazers do. Those spots are actually like raised bumps. It's not like flat necessarily in the they're quite different. They're definitely unique. Okay, I need to use my magnifying glass for a second because yeah, that was just not going the way I wanted it to. Did I get them all? No, I didn't get these ones. Yeah, you're so much further north. Ireland is more north from where Maine is. Like, what is that? Longitudinally, right? Latitude goes this way, pretty sure. Anyways, further north on the globe. How about that? But we get colder temperatures and a lot more snow. Okay, so now they are connected. They are connected. I'm going to do while I've got the green on here. Yeah, pink dots and bumps. Yep. hard to see because the white is not in here if I've actually got it connected. So the paper towel definitely helps. Definitely helps. It's almost like, you know how you, when you're painting on canvas and you take like your script liner or something like that, and you want to line something out. I almost had to water it down some just to get it to flow right. And I think that's just because it's just drying so quickly. Yeah, see, there you go. And I don't know if that is the difference. I'm definitely not a who studies, is that horticulturist? Studies plants? I don't know, but I am not one who studies plants. Definitely not. No, it's not always fluffy. Tara says your snow is all fluffy and loads of it, and the snow I get is slushy. We get all kinds of snow. We get some of the really light, dry, fluffy snow, and then we get really wet, give you a heart attack trying to shovel it snow. We get like the whole gamut. They don't discriminate here in Maine. We get all the snow. We get it all. Oh, and I love it, but you know, George says I'm a delicate flower. All right. Mixing up some more of the gold and the yellow. I need to get some water. This is, it needs a spritz for sure. And yeah, okay. We will wrap up these two, and then I don't want to keep you all evening. We will wrap up these two and say our good days. And then I'll have to share pictures because I will definitely be finishing these. I will probably, if there aren't other plans for me, I'll probably be working on these. I may work on some of them tomorrow morning, if because I think Lou has to work in the morning for a little bit. So even though it's my birthday, I enjoy painting. I may be up here painting some glasses. I don't know. I never make plans for my birthday. The plans are usually made for me. And I just play along and have fun. But I do think daffodils would be another one, easy one to paint. Or pansies. Do pansies too. Ooh, maybe one with some pansies on it. I definitely like the stargazer ones. I could sketch that out right on the glass with that Stabilo, the all Stabilo pencil. There we go. Every time I think, I already did all 3 sides. I've only done 2 sides. Yeah, right. Oh, orange center ones. Or there's all, and you could make them different if you did 2. You could do one that has like the white daffodils with the yellow, and then you could do some that were like the yellow daffodils with the orange. So that would be, and pansies. Oh, imagine if we could do watercolor. Do watercolor on glass. Wouldn't that be something? Where the colors would just kind of mix together. Those pansies, I think, are one of the easiest flowers to paint in watercolor. But that's just my opinion. I just love how the, you know, it kind of mixes on them. That one's got a little away from me, but that's fine. Now I'm going to mix up I'm taking some of the black and I'm going to darken up some of this brown. So I have this nice dark center. I need to warm that up a little bit. Grabbing a little yellow. There we go. All right. And now we will just dot the centers. And there are fingerprints all over the rim of this glass and inside. It's terrible. And I'll probably clean that up before I bake them. Get all the oils off from touching them. Let me put I'm going to put the paper towel in there to show you. I didn't get to catch that. That was going so fast. The chat earlier. I didn't see what Starling was going to have for breakfast. I'm curious as to what I'm going to have for dinner. He doesn't usually, until he knows like how long I'm going to be streaming, he doesn't usually start cooking until at least now. There they are. There's that section. There's that section. So easy to hold on to. And again, nothing is, you know, where you're going to be drinking from it. So now we will put yellow centers in our daisies. I think these are just so delicate. I'm really liking those. We're going to put the yellow centers in those. And I'm just going to use the yellow gold mix that I did for the petals of the Brown-Eyed Susan. So that they have a little extra sparkle, because I know that the daisy is her favorite. So like me, I always use my green glass because green is my favorite color. They look identical. And that's why I'm wondering if they were machine done, because I don't think, I mean, I guess if you do enough of them, you probably get into a pattern. But they are really, really like identical, just different colors. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't know what we're having for dinner. Okay. So there's that. So sorry we didn't get through more. This was definitely a learning curve. We was trying to figure out how to use them and having to paint them and let them dry and paint them again. I think with the stemmed ones, I think I'll probably end up doing like an assembly line and kind of get those done out, but where they're still unique to each person. So let me just show you the daisies. I like those ones. There we go. I like spicy food too. I definitely also like spicy food. Okay, so there's the glasses. You see, like from the inside, you can definitely see the darker green under. We did certainly have more, you know, different values. I'm really liking when I'm looking down at them at an angle. I'm liking the grasses a lot more. I don't know if it'll show up. See, it's just not quite showing up like what I see in the studio. I'll try to get some good pictures of these. Like, see how when you look down, it looks more like little thin blades of grass versus when I have all the lights on it. So I'm definitely liking the way that those turned out. I think the person that's going to get those is going to love them. But there you go, right? You're having a glass of wine with a friend. You know the white flowers, the yellow flowers. You know which ones are yours. Just like mine, the green flowers or the peach flowers. My mom will come over and she'll have the peach flowers and I'll have the green flowers. Okay, so and of course our mugs, which I love these. I think that a wine glass needs some butterflies though. I definitely think I need to do butterflies on some glasses, and maybe just make the little trail, just do butterflies and do like 3 butterflies around the glass and just make the little trails come down so it's coming up from the glass. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like that, because those, I loved doing these. That was fun. I think this was my favorite. This was my favorite part today, was the orange butterfly. I love the way it came out. But there were the 2 mugs. So your identifiers being the butterfly being different. And in the flowers, although they're both purple, they did look different because I mixed the paint different each time. So yeah. What do you guys think? Do you like those? Is this something that these won't lay flat because they want to stand up because the way the glasses are. It's like Weebles. They wobble, but they don't fall down. Am I dating myself? I might be, but I'll be a little bit older tomorrow. At 2 minutes to 12 tomorrow, I will have completed another circle around the sun. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm going to post pictures. Once these are done and I've baked them all, I will have pictures on the Exploring Art group. So if you're not a member, links are in the description below. They've been in the chat. You can please join us. We'd love to have you. We love sharing art with each other and seeing it. It's a very positive group, both on Facebook and on MeWe. And yeah, I hope you'll join us there. So again, thanks to the mods, and thank you to all of you who are still watching. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for hanging out with me in the replay today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you'll create something like it. And if you do, share it with us. We'd love to see it. I think that I didn't even I was so busy painting. We didn't even change screens today, my friends. We did not. But yeah. You only date yourself. I'm like, did I miss it? Time to bake the glasses. Yeah. I'll date myself with the Weebles, I'm sure, but that's okay. It is what it is. All right. Well, I'm going to put a link to another video you might like to watch. There it is right there. And you can check that out. I will see you over in that video. If you're watching on the replay, hopefully you'll join me over there next. And otherwise, until next time, my friends, keep creating. I'm going to leave you to it. Have a great rest of your day. And next week, ornaments. I'm making some ornaments. So I hope you'll join me for that. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.